this mobile home needs a roof over. I've done this about 100 times. It's not as hard as you might think. Okay, for this roof over, we're using 1x4 purlins. We're also going to put some styrofoam insulation down. I've got some 4x8 panels here that Randy will be ripping in half. So we'll end up with a 2x8 foot length of styrofoam. And what we'll do is lay down a row of 1x4 purlin, then put a piece of styrofoam in, then purlin, styrofoam, and so forth until we hit the peak. Then we'll cover the entire thing with 29 gauge Galvalume metal roofing. It's like a corrugated panel. Here's our before. And after. Might work somewhere. For me right where the wood ends. Beautiful top.
Two more 1x.
Almost ready for a panel. You got some nails?
Yep.
Like that wire. Inside. Can you hold it for me? Tell me set it first. Don't keep going over it. Nice and deep. to show you how to cover the skylight on this mobile home roof over. This is a guaranteed way to cover your skylight and be sure that it'll never leak again. Okay, this is how we're covering the skylight. As you see, I've got this polycarbonate clear panel. It's a 12-foot panel. I'm going to start all the way at the ridge and simply cover this whole sheet over this little skylight space. Now the ridge cap will cover the top, and there's no way this skylight will ever leak again. We'll just screw it right down and you won't even see it. Now we'll just corrugate this panel right over the other ones and use the marks we've already made. We can see. Right on the edge of this, which is perfect. We're going to put one on each side on the edge down here. I'm just going to come along up here and put the screws on this side, and you can also put some silicone up underneath here if you want. That'll also help give it a little more additional sealing. Also put some silicone underneath this panel, a little more additional sealing. And finally, we'll put the ridge cap down. And that'll cover this panel all the way to the peak. We can also put some foam closures in here. I like to leave them open for venting. And since this is my home, I'm going to go ahead and leave them open. I'm going to use one of these boots vent covers to cover this vent. But first I'm going to put a little bead of silicone around the bottom, and then we're just going to run some screws in it. The trick with these, I believe, is to put a little silicone on the bottom and a lot of screws on the top. Simply going to put some silicone on the bottom, a small bead. Fit it over the pipe. It's nice and snug. I'm going to press and form it. Contour to the metal. Finally, I'll put a little silicone around the edge where the rubber contacts the pipe. Yeah?
I'll be fairly done from up here though. I can start.
Yes, I don't know what you got in there. Down in the valley here, we're going to use these inside closures to seal these holes up to prevent any splashage from getting up in there, even though it does have a nice little ridge that runs down the valley piece. I'm going to take these closures and just cut them down where it'll fit right up under there. Then we just slide them up in here. Do this after it's already screwed down. Just be careful, the edges are very sharp. And this will give it that little added protection to keep the water from splashing up in there. Alrighty then. Yeah. This here is a bathroom vent. I'm gonna show you how I cut around this. A lot of people just go over these with the metal, but we're gonna save this one. It's attached with rivets at the base, and I'm just gonna drill the rivets out. We're gonna take the lid off, leaving the pipe stack. That way we can cut the metal hole around it, then we'll replace this after the metal sheet is on and seal the metal with some aluminum tape.